are back. I'm Gabe.
And I'm Deit. What's up, everybody?
What's going on? Welcome to our continuous journey on the therapeutic and mental benefits of cigar smoking. You like that?
That's interesting.
Things to make you go, we continue to, we were talking in our last episode, I'm smoking a CAO Amazon Basin, and we kind of talked about it's supposed to be kind of challenging to get and reasons why, which got my interest to search for it. I found a couple, and I'm enjoying this one.
It looks really good.
And it's got that burn. It's got that burn.
Got the burn, yeah. You got a good looking ash there.
Yeah.
As do I. I'm still with the Rocky Patel White series. I got a good ash going. I'm enjoying this. Still with the suede flavor, if you will. Leathery suede flavor, a little bit of corn. I bring that up, and it's got a nuttiness too as well at the same time, actually, as a little creaminess too. So I'm really enjoying this. Can't wait to get into the second, third, and the third to see what else comes out of it.
Cool. But like I said, me being with my novice, I still got that earthiness to it, richness. It's not overpowering. It's smooth. It's got, for me, it has like a little creaminess to it. I will be honest with you, when just in conversations with a few other people, they were talking about, hey, this is from the basin, you're gonna get buzz, you're gonna get this. I'm not getting that. Not that I was looking for it.
Right.
But I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying the cigar. And and one thing,
it's not like overpowering you.
I mean, and one thing that I kind of want to ask you is, I remember when you first lit it up, you smoked it, and you were starting. You kind of, it almost seemed to me like you were a little unimpressed with the initial, but now you're enjoying it.
It was a slow starter.
Yeah. It
wasn't that I was unimpressed. It was more that I wasn't getting a whole lot of flavor out of it in the beginning, which is sometimes common with a lot of cigars I smoke. Like a lot of them, the flavors should creep in slowly as you go along, like in your thirds, like your first third, your second third, and your third, and that's kind of like what this did. But in the beginning, I tell you what, on the initial smell before I lit it, I wasn't getting much at all. Once I lit it, I wasn't getting a ton either. But once it started burning and it started burning really, really good and evenly and everything, I really started to taste the flavors.
Nah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I know that we were talking about before, even off camera. It's just kind of reiterating how cigars take you back to that moment, whether it's a relationship, or whether. And I'll be honest with you, those I kind of go back to what you always kind of gravitate to, is the enjoyment of a cigar is at the point where you can enjoy it by yourself. It's not like necessarily like a social thing for you. It's a relaxing thing, a meditation thing.
It can be social.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of times it is social. But there's something to be said for the personal experience you get when you're alone, or not, or maybe even when you're out here with your better half. Or even when you and I are just chilling, watching.
I thought I was a better half. Kind of feel
well, I was talking about my wife.
Yeah. Well, I would say that.
But
good answer.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there's something to be said for both. The fellowship enjoyment of a cigar with your buddies, or even your wife or significant other. But it's also something to be said for that personal experience of being able to be out here alone and listening to the music you want to listen to, having some aromatherapy that takes you back into another time, a happier time in your life, or a great date you had, or a great experience you had in high school or middle school. I don't know, but it takes you back. Something.
So you smoking cigars in middle school?
No, not the experience of smoking, but the experience that the smells and the aroma that gives you.
Yeah, no, you're right.
No. No, I don't think I was. No, I wasn't smoking in middle school. That would have been
I was gonna say it wasn't
bad
cigars.
and illegal, and I would not
Yeah,
do
yeah,
anything like that.
yeah,
It's not me.
yeah. No, but I agree with you where you could associate those times, and obviously socializing, you want to get the full effect. Kind of what I was focused on in that statement was, you get that opportunity to reflect when you're by yourself, or it's just maybe you and your significant other.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes,
but
yes, yes. And I think that's why music is such a
mhm.
integral part of this.
Oh, take it to it's almost like a time machine.
Oh my goodness.
You got the
Yeah,
music, you got the
yeah,
cigar, you got drinks, and
yeah, yeah. That's why the music is such a. It all works
mhm,
together, but the music is the what do you say, common denominator. That's the
mhm.
thing that brings it all to a head. But you need them all. You need the cigar, you need the drink, you need the aromatherapy and the music. You need it to all come together.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know.
One thing that kind of just popped in my head was kind of like changing topics a little bit, but it was just something that I found interesting. Was we went to a Super Bowl event. It was actually hosted by why one of our cigar friends group.
Yeah, Los Jefes. Shout out to Los
Shout out,
Jefes.
shout out. Uh,
Brooklyn Brian.
yes, toast, drink. Was we were having a conversation with two young ladies, and they were talking about, one was part of the group, so she was
Mm.
she very knowledgeable about cigars.
Mm.
Um, Her friend, who also smoked cigars, but she was really, when I noticed her, she was like a cigarette smoker.
Really?
So it kind of got me curious to know, because my understanding is like when you're smoking cigarettes, it's a little bit different. Well, the mindset's different than smoking a cigar. Like I believe with a cigarette, when you're
Yeah.
smoking, you're inhaling because that nicotine.
Yeah.
But a cigar, obviously, you don't inhale. So it was interesting.
It's a whole
Yeah.
different culture.
Yeah.
It's like I said, cigarette smokers, uh, and I think we talked about this before, but cigarette smokers, for the most part, they go out and, like, I'm speaking like when I go to work and I see people have to go out for a smoke, and they're usually in a rush because they don't have time, or and they don't they miss the whole relaxation aspect to smoking. Like, when we come out here, we're doing our thing, we're in total relax mode. But when cigarette smokers go out, it's almost like they have to have it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a
But it,
sense of anxiety when they go out there, that we don't really have as cigar smokers. Like, I plan my cigar smoking experience. Like, I don't, like, when I'm working, I don't have to go out on my break and light up a cigar. I mean, I don't have that kind of time. I don't know what you guys do for a living, but I don't have that kind of time to light up a cigar when I'm working. But my point is that, cigarette smokers, if they got 5 minutes, they
mm-hmm.
run out and they get it in,
Mm-hmm.
and they come back, and then there's that sense of
Yeah.
anxiety. Whereas, I plan my time to come out here and do this, and I plan it so that I don't have any distractions. I know I have time to come out here. I even plan it by the cigar, size that I smoke. I
Mm-hmm.
know I got 45 minutes. Uh, or let's say I only have 15 minutes. I'm not going to get a cigar this size because I don't have the time. I'll get a cigar based on the time. I'll choose my cigar based on the time I have to smoke.
So basically, what I got out of it is, if for whatever reason they gave Deit a cigar break, it'd be like 2 hours later. They'd be like, "Where you at?"
I
Because
may not even come back if I
yeah,
got a. Yeah, I'll probably never come back.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because yeah, but I did find it interesting, and and just in the conversation, she kind of expressed that she has to, in the beginning. She's obviously able to do it now, but she was saying, yeah, she had to kind of program herself, because she would inhale, obviously
Hmm.
start coughing. Her friend would say, "What are you doing?" And it's like you kind of got to
Right.
get that mental change in your head, because
Right.
what she was getting out of it. So I mean, to me, it was an interesting conversation, because sometimes individuals who don't smoke at all
Right. There's no
kind of
anxiety.
just look at like, hey, you guys just, but there's different
Yeah.
ways of
There's
smoking a
no
cigar. Yeah,
anxiety in cigar the cigar experience. There's no, uh
yeah, I don't. Yeah.
rushing. There's no, uh 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 you know crazy anticipation. There's just
It's funny you
chill.
say
It's
that
just,
because I
just
can't. Yeah, it's funny you say it because I'm
right.
trying to brainstorm in my head to try to picture someone who says, "Man, I gotta have a cigar, I gotta have a cigar," and kind of puff.
No,
I
no.
mean, it's kind of associated to cigarettes. Like when someone's having a bad, I gotta
Yeah,
go out and get a
yeah,
smoke, gotta
yeah,
smoke.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
never
yeah. They
seen
got some
yeah,
bad news. Oh, first thing they want to do is light up. You know, or they, like I said, they have a break at work. They gotta rush out and light up, and they're under time restrictions. So you know,
It's like it's kind of funny you say that because now I'm thinking, typically I've seen people say, "Hey, it's the birth of a child or your wedding day. Hey, smoke a cigar." I've never seen people, "Hey, smoke a cigarette."
mm,
You know what I mean? Whereas I've seen, but on the same token, I've seen where it's like, "Yo, you having a bad day? Take 5 minutes, smoke a cigarette real
interesting.
quick, and it'll get you better."
It's very
So
interesting you
so
say
it's
that.
kind
Yeah,
of so I don't
yeah.
know if it's on purpose
Well,
or
I
if it's
think, like I said, this
designed that
goes
way.
along with enjoyment,
Yeah.
relaxation, a pleasurable experience.
Like a vacation. People think, "Hey, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go on vacation. I'm gonna
right,
have a drink," and they usually say a cigar in your hand.
right, right,
I mean,
right. The it's a boy, and then
yes.
yeah, yeah, and then
Like
yeah.
unless do they got cigarettes to say it's a boy or girl?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so.
I
I
don't
don't I
think
don't think
so.
so. I don't think so.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
say that to say that is an
Right,
interesting point.
and as we say this again, we're not knocking cigar
Mm-mm.
smokers or cigarette smokers, excuse me. Uh, that if that's what you do, then got no issue with that at all. We're just not, talking about the differences between the two.
Yeah. So I gotta
Mm,
interrupt to say I'm really enjoying the cigar,
mm.
and I'm going back where I did fib when I said this is my first time, and I said no, I had smoked it before, and it was at a
Me
bar, and
too.
there was a lot going on, and I feel bad because one, I got oversight, and two, there was so much, I call it noise going on,
Right.
that when I was done with it,
Before you get into that, can I just say one thing?
what's that?
Well, as you were talking, and we talked about an experience that you reminisce
Mm-hmm.
while you're smoking. I was getting the experience, and this is totally off topic of what we talked about earlier, but I was reminiscing about when we had went to Cuba that day, and we were on a cruise ship, and we
Yes.
had came back, one of the
Oh,
best experiences of my life. We're been out with our wives doing an excursion in Cuba, and we came back with Cuban cigars, and it had to be my birthday, and Gabe and I uh, came back pretty late, and our wives were tired from
mm-hmm.
walking all day, and they went to bed, and we were up all night on the deck of the cruise ship smoking Cuban cigars and drinking
Yeah.
rum. And I got to tell you, best experience
It
ever.
was. It
But
was.
we talk about how uh, a cigar will bring you back to a great experience in your life. And I was just sharing that. So I'm sorry. Continue.
Absolutely. I mean, and you're right. I mean, that could almost be a topic in itself. That whole vibe,
Mm,
the whole feeling we got when we went to Cuba, and I'm sure many of our viewers have been there. For us, it was almost like a religious experience, and I'm not saying it to be kind of cliche or something, but it
mm-hmm.
just the feeling, the vibe, the going back in time. You felt that that everything there you experienced, it just seemed like it was it just seemed like it was more vivid. Like if someone could say you got high def and you got
Yeah.
4K, I felt as though when I was in Cuba it was like 4K. Just
Yeah.
everything was just like more
The food
vivid.
was
Yeah, the
better.
food, it was just
The drinks taste differently.
mm-hmm.
Uh, Even something as small as buying a Coca Cola
Yeah,
tastes different because I believe they make their Coca Cola with cane sugar or
yeah,
different type of sugar. Don't quote me on all this,
yeah.
but everything tastes different. I'm not sure why or how, but the food tastes different. And like you said, it was a great experience, man. And hopefully, it's on our bucket list to go back.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Like I said, it's I enjoy it. I enjoy it, and it's just I guess amazing when we do fellowship. Like we have, like I said, we mentioned before that we have a law enforcement background, and having a law enforcement background, you tend to network with other law enforcement brothers and sisters, and it's just
Right.
unique
'Cause nobody else wants to network with us.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Like,
me.
yeah, like what's
Just
what's
saying.
wrong with us?
Right.
But I do say it's interesting because pulling out a cigar is almost commonplace, and you're almost like, wow, I didn't know you
Mm.
smoked. I didn't know you whatever. And like I said, we're
Right,
in no
right.
way
Great
trying. Yeah,
conversation piece. Great
yeah.
icebreaker.
And I don't want to seem like we're here promoting it, but we're just telling you about our experience. Like I'm speaking for myself, you're speaking for yourself.
Well, why can't we promote it?
I know. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good.
Yeah.
But definitely, it's
So
just interesting.
I see you're into maybe your second,
Yeah.
third. What is there anything going on with the cigar? Any more flavors coming out at you?
To me, it's smooth. It's
Mm.
just very mellow, smooth. I mean, I definitely would not say it's my go-to cigar.
Right.
Because the gentleman we met that night was like, this is all he smokes, and I said, one, it's a little more pricey.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. But I would also say, for me, my palate right now, this isn't something where I'm got to be like, I gotta only smoke this. I say I still got.
Right.
Listen, my Baccarat, my Henry Clays are like kind of my go-tos
That's
right
your
now.
go-to. Yeah, that's your go-to.
But I am enjoying the cigar.
Yeah.
And I kind of appreciate the fact that I was in those conversations, because with that whole intimidation factor, I don't know, sometimes, like I said, you have someone like where we went yesterday. It was funny because someone had mentioned you go into the humidor and of course you're surrounded by it. And it was kind of said in a joking manner, but don't go to the left, don't go to the left. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I
what's
remember
that?
someone said
And
that.
so I actually went to the humidor because I made a couple purchases, and I looked to the left. I didn't go to the left, but I looked to the left. They were very pricey cigars. I mean, obviously there were cigars there that went for like,
Oh yeah.
they jumped from 40 to 125 a cigar.
Wow. Yeah.
And I say that to say, this one was a little pricey when I purchased it, but I don't know if some of it had to do because of the availability of it.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but I would say,
And I'm sorry, wasn't it something that someone said about the number of cigars each individual person could buy?
I think, well, when I was there, it was the one store I went, it was just one.
Uh-huh.
The other store I went, they allowed me to get a couple more because I ended up getting three, but I think it was more like a limit of, let's say, four. And a gentleman did have a box of it. But I will say it's a pretty good cigar. Like I said, I mean, I was worried about overhyping it up. It's met my expectation. It's not, and like I said, I think my palate is still maturing.
Yes.
So like I said,
Yeah.
I mean, and to a degree, I think that changes too. Where 6 months from now, I may smoke this like, man, this is great.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think that we should do with some of these
Exactly.
episodes. Maybe go back and maybe write down those cigars, and
Your
maybe
palate
re-smoke them.
changes,
Yeah.
and you're going to have a different opinion
Yeah.
once your palate changes. Could I just say that with this Rocky Patel, that's I'm getting floral in
Wow.
the second, third. I got a hit of roses, a hit of very floral hit in the second, third. And
You
it
are
hits
definitely into your senses, man.
and it hit me real hard as you were talking.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that.
Oh, wow.
Like I said, I definitely recommend this smoke. This smoke reminds me of a hot summer day and barbecuing out here, and just it's a very relaxing smoke, and I definitely recommend this. It's great.
It's funny you say it because as you're talking, I'm thinking in my head, where does this cigar take me to? And I kind of almost felt for a second when I kind of closed my eyes a little bit, and I kind of felt with the sun hitting me right now, I almost felt like I was back in St. Kitts for a second. Because like I said,
Wow.
it's a
There it
rich,
is.
smooth
There it
cigar.
is. There it is.
And I remember having a drink
You're
and the good
relaxing.
company, with
You're
the
getting it.
wife and the sun and the beach, and it kind of took me there for a second.
You're getting it, my friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there is a richness to it.
Mm.
And it's funny because I'm tasting, like, I'm just trying to
Let the
figure
cigar do what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do.
I'm trying, like, I am tasting something. I don't quite know how to describe, but I am tasting something that now.
It'll come to you.
Yeah.
It'll come to you. Like I said, I just wanted to share that floral experience
Yeah, no,
because
that's
it
awesome.
really did change up on me, and it really hit me pretty hard.
I think that's amazing because I'm going by when you initially lit it up to now.
Yeah, it's a slow starter,
Yeah.
but once it gets started, great smoke. Great smoke.
Definitely. On that note, we're going to continue to smoke.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy the day. We want you guys to do the same.
Yep.
You know, keep sending us emails. Keep sending us
Comments. Yep.
and subscribe. We need you to subscribe. I think for us, the box is right here, so we get it. Hit that box. Hit that box.
Hit it.
All right. So in that case, man, you guys enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Light it up. Enjoy it up.
Have a great day, everybody. Peace.
Peace.